Hello and welcome to this video on VLSI design to a very important topic, which is band gap reference voltage design. So what happens is that some devices have positive temperature coefficient for voltage. So as the temperature increases, their voltage also increases, and some devices have the negative temperature coefficient for voltage. So as the temperature increases, the voltage will decrease. So for example, consider this diode. So the current through this diode is I naught and the voltage across this diode is Vd. So we know that the equation for diode current I naught equal to Is exponential of Vd upon Vt, where Vt is the thermal equivalent for voltage, Is is the reverse saturation current. So we know that as temperature increases, the Vt will increase. Also, as the temperature increases, the reverse saturation current will also increase. But Vt only increases by about 1 millivolt for every 25 degree Celsius increase in temperature, whereas the reverse saturation current will almost double for every 10 degree rise in temperature. So Vt has a weak function of temperature and Is is a strong function of temperature. So overall what will happen is that as the temperature increases, Vd will decrease because Is is in denominator. So we can say that the diode has a negative temperature coefficient for voltage, or we can say it is called as CTET. The terminology for that device is CTET. So we know that as the temperature increases, Vd will decrease. Now consider this arrangement. So what I have connected is, this is Vd, this is VO1, and we have n number of diodes. So 1, 2 and up to n number of diodes. This is a resistor. So this current IO is replicated here using current mirror, obviously. So this is a resistance R. Through resistance R, the current is I naught. So, and the current through all these diodes is I. The current through all these diodes is I. So we have I naught equal to Ni if we assume that there are n number of diodes. So this is voltage VO1. So obviously in parallel the voltage is same. So VO1 is let's suppose the voltage across diode D1 is VO1. So the voltage across diode D2 will also be VO1, and the voltage across diode Dn will also be VO1, because they are connected in parallel, and in parallel voltages are same. So again by same equation we have VO1 equal to Vt natural logarithm of I upon Is, but I equal to I naught upon n by this equation. So substituting this, we get VO1 equal to Vt ln of IO upon NIS. So this is Vd, this is VO1. So let us subtract both of them. So Vd minus VO1 equal to Vt ln of IO upon Is minus Vt IO upon NIS, where n is the number of diodes. So we get Vd minus VO1 equal to Vt ln of n. Now this Vd minus VO1 will increase as the temperature increases, because this ln of n is a constant. N can be 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number, and Vd increases with increase in temperature. The thermal equivalent for temperature is Vt equal to kT by Q, where K is Boltzmann constant, Q is electronic charge, and T is temperature in Kelvin. So Vt will increase as the temperature increases. So this is a PTET device. So as the temperature increases, this Vd minus VO1 will also increase. So this is a PTET device. This was a CTET device. As the temperature increased, the voltage was decreasing. So, but consider that for a PTET device, we also needed this diode. This complete circuit is a PTET device. This complete circuit is a PTET device. But this diode is a CTET device. So for PTET device, we need CTET device also. So now This Vd minus Vo1 should by this circuit, if you see this circuit, Vd minus Vo1 should also be equal to I naught into R, the voltage drop across this resistance R. So we can say Vd minus Vo1 equal to I naught R. So this is equal to Vt ln of n. So I naught equal to Vt upon R ln of n. I naught equal to Vt upon R ln of n. Okay. Now, as I told that for p-TET device we also need a c-TET device. Now we will try to design a p-TET device without a c-TET device. So see this circuit. This is resistance R2, voltage across this resistance is VR2, and the current I0 is flowing through this also. So this same current I0 is flowing through this. So VR2 equal to I0 R2 by simply using Ohm's law. So substituting the value of I0 from this equation, Vt upon R into R2. So I written this by now. So Vt upon R into R2 ln of n. So now this R2 is constant, R is constant, and ln of n is also constant. So this is a complete constant. So we have replaced this full constant by alpha p. So alpha p is the constant for this all these three terms are replaced by a single constant alpha p into Vt. So you can see this is also a c-TET device. Sorry, this is a p-TET device, but it does not include any c-TET device. So this is the equation for p-TET, that Vr2 equal to alpha p Vt. Now in a band gap reference device, what it does, it maintains a constant voltage. So whatever be the temperature range, so approximately from minus 50 degrees Celsius to plus 125 degrees Celsius, the voltage remains constant. That is called as a band gap reference device. So in a band gap reference device combines both the p-TET device and the c-TET device. So due to p-TET device the voltage will increase, due to c-TET device the voltage will decrease, but the overall effect will be the voltage will remain constant. This is similar to a Zener diode, but this is for VLSI. So we have this equation. For p-TET device we got alpha p Vt, and for c-TET device we have this Vd and alpha c. Alpha c is the constant for c-TET device. So similarly we got this equation for band gap reference voltage. So the band gap reference voltage device will maintain a constant voltage across the temperature range approximately minus 50 degrees Celsius to plus 125 degrees Celsius. So this VGR will be a constant line, so obviously its slope will be 0. This VGR with respect to temperature, if you plot the graph, it will be a constant line. If you plot the graph of VGR with respect to temperature, it will be a constant line. So its slope will be 0. So equating the slope to 0, so 0 equal to alpha p. If we differentiate this also with respect to temperature, we get delta Vt by delta T, and if we differentiate this also with respect to temperature, we will get delta Vd by delta T. Obviously alpha p and alpha c are constant. So generally we found out by using calculations that, or by using experiments, that delta Vt by delta T equal to 85 microvolt per Kelvin and delta Vd by delta T equal to minus 6 millivolt per Kelvin. So you can see the slope for c-TET is much higher. It is in millivolt, this is in microvolt. So for per Kelvin this increases by 85 microvolt, whereas for per Kelvin this decreases by minus 1.6 millivolt. So now we have to determine the value of these constants. So we assume alpha c, that is the constant for c-TET device, or the negative temperature coefficient device, is 1. So alpha p will be equal to 1.6 millivolt divided by 85 microvolt, so equal to 19. Okay, So we have found out alpha P also as 19. So we can substitute all these values. Vt at room temperature is 26 millivolt. Alpha P we found out to be 19. Alpha C we assume to be 1. Vd, that is the cut-in voltage for silicon diode. I am taking silicon diode. So its cut-in voltage is 0.7 volt. So if we substitute all these values, we get VGR equal to 1.2 volt. So in this way we can design the band gap reference voltage device. We can find the value of R also, because we obviously when we are designing the device, we obviously know the this current I naught, and Vt we know 26 millivolt, N is generally 2 or 3. So we can find the value of R also. So in the next video I will design the band gap reference voltage device using Cadence Virtuoso. So please subscribe the channel. That designing part we will do in the next video. So this part was the theoretical part. So if we plot the p-tat also, then for the p-tat the voltage will increase as the temperature increases, and for c-tat the voltage will decrease as the temperature increases. So but the slope for c-tat is much more compared to p-tat. Okay, so in this way we will obtain a constant band gap reference voltage. This is the BGR output. So this voltage will remain constant over a wide range of temperature. So because in electronics we want our devices to perform very good over a wide temperature range. So this band gap reference voltage is a very important topic for VLSI design. In this part we have done the theoretical part. In the next video I will design this band gap reference voltage using Cadence Virtuoso software, and we will do the DC analysis also. So thank you. Please like and share the video and subscribe the channel, and also press the bell icon to not miss any updates. I regularly make videos on VLSI design and Cadence Virtuoso and designing of digital circuits using Xilinx Vivado also. So please subscribe. Thank you.